Hey everybody, and
Ladies
welcome
and
to
gentlemen,
another season of My
here's
Hero
the
Academia.
motherfucking
Watashi ga
tea.
kita.
Let's go, Kita!
Plus Ultra.
Which, by the way, in Japanese is I have come, which you can tell why they...
I know what I said.
Yeah, which is why they translated that to I am here. I am here. I'm Scott Kaiserneko Frerix. To my top over there is Lanny.
Yeah?
Say hi, you bitch.
I'm just letting you soak in it. Hi, I'm Lanny. I'm here. I'm here to talk about My Hero. It's a show that I've enjoyed for a while, but never really took place in these discussions. So I'm here to enjoy it. And over to that way, I think I'm pointing in the right direction. Is Grant.
So
Yeah.
should I have been looking this way? I don't have this.
No, you're looking the wrong way. No, you dumb bitch. There you go.
Okay, hold on. There we go. Hi, thanks for inviting me to this discussion. I'm Grant. I am also here.
Yes,
Good to be here.
We invited you, and I told you it's your job.
Yes, thank you for asking me to come, and then not really asking, but also I guess I could have said no, but also paying me.
Yep.
But hey, we're here to talk about the latest season, season 5. Which, by the way, I gotta admit, I really doomed myself with the number with the way that I've numbered these, because now it's episodes 1 through 3, which is really frustrating because then I have to remember. Wait a second. So out of the entire series, these are what 80 something through 80 something.
Let's be honest. We're really only
Episode
talking about
numbers.
2 episodes here.
We really are only talking about 2 episodes, aren't we?
I actually think it's 89, 90, and 91, so it's not 80-something to 80-something.
Look, I'm just surprised
Boom.
I even started with a number that was close to what we were doing, okay? So, hey,
Calls himself an anime fan.
let's get started with, what was it, episode 89 or episode 1 of season 5?
Season 5, episode 1.
It was a thing that absolutely happened.
I said this to you before I even watched it. I'm like, I guarantee you it's just reintroducing everybody and showing off their powers again. They might do some neat little character moments, but that's about it. And it had like little cute character stuff to it, but
It had an emergency drill.
everybody
Which-
just showed off like this is who we are. And it's like, yes, we know. It's why we tuned in.
I'm gonna be really honest with you, by the way. Having an emergency drill at this part of the series seems like fucking trauma for some of these characters. Like,
You'd think like, man, they must have like hella therapy.
oh
Like,
yeah. Fucking these characters. There is an on-site therapist who never sleeps. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the UA guidance counselor's quirk is just uninhibited empathy.
Yeah.
He's probably just a psychonaut, goes into the brain. It's like, ooh, that's a lot to clean up in here.
I found some trauma to just scrub away.
Because
Yeah.
man, at least half of Class 1A has been in a life or death situation by now, like
Right?
where they were directly, I'm going to fucking die. You know?
Yeah. No, it seems. Oh wait, hold on. Is that a little loud? Hold on. I've turned down the music. The music might have been a little loud. But yeah, yeah, no, jeez. When I saw that they were doing the whole, like, by the way, the moment I saw the the emergency drill, I knew the kind of episode that we were in for. And yeah, you're right. It is just, I have said this before. I do not like My Hero Academia filler. I actively dislike it. I don't think it has almost ever added anything of value.
Which is
And-
nice that it's so rare.
Yes, yeah, it is. It is particularly rare. You get like 1 or 2 episodes a season. Sometimes it's kind of fun. I actually thought the swimming episode was actually fun, but mostly because it's like, oh hey, here's a way for the characters to use their quirks for something you don't usually see them do.
Yeah,
and that
it felt at least the use of their powers in a slightly different way, even
Yeah.
though ultimately still very similar.
It's
yeah,
kind of like that. It's kind of like the final of the, like, you know, the school crossover arc in Jujutsu Kaisen, where it's like usually it's go like one-on-one battles just to test you. It's like, nah, we're doing a baseball game this time.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Actually, oh my god, Jujutsu Kaisen. I swear to God, when that fucking show comes back, I might want to do that for this, because
I have seen through that show 3 times now. I really like it, or what they have so far.
Jujutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite shows, like, on air right now. Fucking shut up, Zoom. Fuck off. Hey, do you want a gift, Zoom? No, I don't. Fuck you. Anyway, but yeah, so this episode was whatever, and we don't have much to say about it other than
It was nice to see the big three show back
I
up.
was gonna say Mirio's the star of the episode,
Yeah,
100%.
just floating in the water. Ah.
Like fucking just literally. when he
I'm
falls.
participating.
I love when he just falls off.
He's just having a good time.
Look, man, he might not have his quirk anymore, but he can still get involved. He's still a big part of UA.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sun Eater getting a little bit of time, and but yeah, he had like 2 episodes where he had.
It's nice
his
for
time.
Sun Eater and Bakugo to meet face to face. They seem like a good, nice opposite ends of the
It
spectrum.
ended, and that was a nice character moment that I thought was like, yeah, of course he's going to kind of like hold back, and Bakugo's going to be like, how dare you? Like that was inevitably going to be what that was.
That part I found pretty funny, although it's also incredibly irresponsible and does not seem entirely in line with his character's at right now. So and also like, okay, seeing Sun Eater again is always fun, but at the same time it really just kind of felt like, oh, remember that one joke that he has? Yeah, we're just gonna do that. That's all, and we're not gonna do anything new with it. It's not gonna
He
be
sure
clever.
does get embarrassed.
Yeah, he sure is antisocial.
If they don't have if they aren't part of an arc right now, they are a trope. That is what they are in this. Like
Yeah.
it's a shonen show. You don't expect too much beyond that in a lot of cases.
I just all I want is that when, like, sometimes I've actually seen filler episodes that I really appreciated and really liked. This just wasn't one of them. But you know what? Since it is done, it's over with, we can just, put that one down and then move on to the actual canon material, because at the very end of the episode there was something that was actually really cool, which was Dabi up against Hawks and Endeavor. Which then leads into the next episode, so we'll just go right into that.
Yeah, the next episode felt like where the last episode felt like, there's nothing here. The like episode 2 felt like there was like 2 episodes in one. It's like, oh my god, there's like, it felt dense. Like I felt like I was watching it for an hour.
Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kept looking at the clock like, okay, when is this episode gonna end? No, there was a lot going on there. I was actually very impressed with the pacing.
It was a bunch of stuff. I really liked Hawks, the double cross.
The triple agent. Well, no, technically a double agent.
He's pulling an Itachi basically, where it's like, you got to go infiltrate this side to help us.
Naruto spoilers, I guess.
But it's fun to see because the episode does not even give you the whole episode to be like, oh, is Hawks a bad guy?
Oh, yeah,
like, you get like 5 minutes of being like, oh, he was working with them, to immediately like, Hawks, we're gonna send you in there to work with them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
More so, they seem to be playing along the idea of like, where in this morally gray area does Dabi sit? Which I know there have been some big revelations of him in the manga, which I have not read.
Mm-hmm.
So admittedly, I know like next to nothing aside from speculation as to where this is going with him, but they seem to lead into the fact that they both kind of have their ulterior motives. They explicitly state Hawks, but they don't really go into Dabi's.
Yeah. Oh, the spoiler is he gets the sock and then he can be his own, what was it? Elf? Troll? I forget what they are.
Got to know the reference to be able to finish the bit.
Yeah. Sorry, for some reason, I just don't seem to be into Harry Potter anymore. Anyway, point being, House Elf. Ah, damn it, I was so close. But yeah, honestly, I really, really am happy that they didn't, like, languish on, like, is Hawks actually a bad guy? No, he's a good guy. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Like, I'm actually, because I feel if they'd spent too much time on that, the reveal would have actually been more annoying.
The thing, well, here's my counter to that. I feel like they could have spent more time on it, because they have heavily alluded this, like, for the longest time, that there is a hero connected with UA that is feeding the villains stuff.
Yeah.
And making Hawks that red herring works. So now you're just back to, well, it could be anybody again.
We still don't know.
Yeah. And yeah, I can appreciate, like, I don't know. Also, Hawks as a character is also, the moment they introduced him, he was always this character that looks vastly like, he kind of looks like he's from another show, if I'm going to be honest. But I kind of dig on what they're doing with him right now. I dig on this whole angle of, I really like his outset, his mindset on, I want to create a society where heroes have nothing to do. That's actually, that's really neat.
He wants to create peace times.
Yeah.
build those weapons that you only got to fire once.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
But yeah, you get a lot of that. And then of course, like the remainder of the episode is spent on One for All.
Yeah,
Which-
Deku kind of getting the
yeah.
flashback vision of seeing the origins of his power.
yeah.
Which we got a large chunk of that at the end of season 4. Like that was the that was what they capped the season
like the
with,
closing
basically, like,
scene.
tune in next time for this, and then you tune in next time and you get that filler episode. It's like, oh my god, I just want to watch the thing. Just let me know what's happening. He's taking a nap and I need to know hi.
Also, real quick aside, every time they show that shot of Deku sitting up in his bed staring at his hand while it's glowing, to me it just gives me flashes of that shot from Evangelion with the goop on the hand. And I just always want to, I just see a meme there, and that's the bit that I always go to in my mind. Just so we're all on the same page when they keep reusing that shot. That's the joke that keeps popping in my brain.
We all dealt with puberty.
Exactly.
Whoa.
He's
And
staring at his hand.
There's a lot of magic in that hand when you find it.
He's staring at his hand, and it's covered with that something that looks like it could be viscous, and he just has a look on his face that says, "I am really fucked up." So it just seems like a perfect coalescence of feelings there. Anyway,
we get a huge chunk of backstory when it comes to the original One for All, dealing with his older brother All for One, and yeah, obviously they're paving the way to give Deku that sort of avatar moment where you have all these past selves that you can now learn through. Also, very, very kindly painting a way for that when All Might dies, he'll still be around.
We're pre-building in the Force Ghost excuse, and just being like, all right, here's how he'll be able to communicate should he need to. And also, I do like that we see like very detailed versions of them. Then it's kind of like sort of phantomy All Might, and then like two kind of just shadowy figures.
Yeah,
like two that just don't want to present themselves, and you leave enough mystery there. It's like, ooh, I want to learn more about this. What's the deal with
Who
some
are
of that?
they?
I have to say though, the term. So I understand that this is an accurate translation, but vestige and vestiges is not a. That those words sound really like in the mouth. Whenever I see like vestiges, I'm just like ew. I mean, I get that's the term.
They feel a little weird, but yeah.
Yeah, not exactly. Like I'm pretty sure in the original Japanese, they probably sound a little bit cooler. Remnant. As somebody said, remnant. I'm like remnant. Remnant sounds way cooler. Vestige just. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Vestigial powers I have.
Oh,
Previous incarnations. I don't know.
Yeah, vestigial. Yeah, exactly. It's what conjures up in my brains.
One thing I was also kind of a fan of in episode 2 of season 5 was that at the end of season 4, I felt like they were trying to paint Endeavor as like, oh, he's this big hero. Come on, guys, forgive him. Who cares if he beat his wife and neglected his children? No, like he's actually paying repercussions and trying to be a better person, which not a lot of shows really give you that kind of character. Because, they actually like, no, man, you were a piece of shit this whole time. Now you're trying to act like you're cool with us. So, look, we're happy you're alive, but you have a long way to fucking go.
Yeah, actually, that was a very controversial part when this happened in the manga.
Yeah, I imagine because he was he was painted this whole time as a huge piece of shit.
Yeah, well, because he is and he's like, and the thing that you'll find here is that when you have shonen manga can sometimes delve into what about this guy who murdered people? Can he become good? Shonen manga likes to do that, by the way. Shonen manga
Vegeta, Piccolo,
fucking Naruto characters who are like,
all
you did some heinous shit. How in the fuck are you going to be not only are we going
everybody's
to forgive you?
redeemable?
Yeah, how many people did Gaara murder just wantonly?
But here we have domestic abuse, which it's kind of like one of those things where you know what, dealing with a guy who was an evil warlord, chilling out and becoming a good guy, we can handle that. People cannot seem, and honestly, understandably so, be able to handle domestic abuse because that topic is really fucking
Yeah.
serious. That is
Suddenly
something.
it's a little bit closer to home, and you like people might have examples of things
Yeah.
that might suddenly make this a little bit harder to forgive these characters.
Yeah, when you have characters doing things that are like way out of the realms of likelihood, it's kind of like the whole scenario of, oh yeah, you can have a character who wants to destroy the planet, but do not show them holding a gun. Like that's the way that networks
Now
treat that
suddenly
kind of
it's
stuff.
real.
Yeah, suddenly it's like, oh no, the closer you get to something that's imitatable or more relatable, the like more careful you have to be about it. So when they introduce a character whose his entire backstory is he's a domestic abuser, yeah, that storyline about him trying to be a better dad and a better, I guess, husband still, who knows? That whole spiel, yeah, people got really pissed about that, and honestly, I can kind of understand why. Really hard to approach that topic. That is a hot topic, and he's not. I am very glad though that he's not. It's not. There's no easy route forward for him. Like the moment he enters,
they didn't just let him off the hook. They just like, oh man, he saved all those people. I guess he is. No, fuck, no. You got a long way to go, man.
Yeah, it was also I was happy to see. So what's the name of the sister? Fumiko?
I don't know any of his extended family.
Yeah. His sister, comes in and she's the only person there who's eager for them to be a family. Which on Fuyumi, thank you. I was actually sort of sad that like Horikoshi's playing her a little bit more comedically. Like, oh, stop! Don't let it show in your face, guys.
Isn't it silly that she wants to have a nice family moment?
Well, I will say that is the only place where I kind of feel like it missteps, and that maybe makes it seem a little less serious. Because I feel like, look, it is absolutely okay that she wants the family to be a family, but the way that the show and the manga tries to approach it is a little off kilter. This is a pretty serious topic, and the way that Shoto and the way that the other brother responds, a little bit more realistic. In fact, watching Shoto respond the way he does, by the way, with one of the best lines in all of the manga, it's a pretty bad scar.
Yeah,
It's a soba. Fucking like A+. I'm glad to see that finally that became a nuts. Thank you, nuts. That was a huge part of the fucking of manga. That was a meme for years. Nice. That's a pretty bad scar. Slurp. Seeing that.
You could have also said you should put some ice on that.
Oh damn. Fuck. But yeah, like that whole scene. That scene is really important because it is setting up for a long arc for Endeavor to walk down. Like I'm glad to see that because this isn't a topic that shonen manga approaches very often, and it was already pretty questionable before. And so yeah, the road forward here, Horikoshi has a habit of building characters who are kind of actually reprehensible and then trying to like make them better.
I mean that's kind of a theme of humanity though. A lot of us in life have done things that we believe to be like irreprehensible fuck ups, but that road to redemption is kind of like that hope there that you can be better than your past self. And it was actually kind of like really cool seeing that in the episode because, like you said, shonen manga doesn't usually tackle this type of subject matter. And you also get like to kind of paint this asshole in a relatively sympathetic, humanizing lens. Where you still know that he's an absolute piece of shit and an asshole, but he's trying to do better. And you actually see like this episode, even more so than the one where he's actually, burning bright in the sky and doing all the hero shit, made me see like the kind of weight that is actually on his shoulders right now as the number one hero, as the one that people are looking to after the fall of the pillar of the hero community, which I think that episode did like a really good job of.
It is a very, especially nowadays, I think Horikoshi knew what he was sort of tapping into, where you have this character who is celebrated wildly by society, but you also have like if you look underneath the surface, you'll find something there, something that is pretty fucking reprehensible. And that's why like Endeavor like I love Horikoshi's controversial characters. I'm a Bakugo guy. I like Bakugo. I don't like him, but I love his character and I love his development. I love the way that he has gone. And then when I saw what he was going to try to do with Endeavor, I was like, well, let's see how this turns out, because I really like the idea of like scumbags getting better and being better people. That's
Yeah.
You're also very allowed to like a character that you might say not be friends with in real life
Yeah.
or something.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like at some point it's very easy to lose the thread of like this character being flawed is what makes them interesting, and recognizing that it's like I can think they're a good character and not embrace or be into their behavior kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Horikoshi does a great job playing with the psychological angle of some of these characters, and I look forward to their future paths. But I think it was after this episode that we, like in episode 3 of season 5, that we got
A bunch of names.
we got a whole bunch of names, and the first thought that popped into my head was, how effective would episode 1 of this season have been if we had spent it with Class B instead of just getting introduced to them now?
Hell yeah. If we had a filler episode that was just here's Class B so you can see them doing shit, I feel like I would have been way more into that.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're introducing them for an arc that's about to happen. And you can introduce it in the fact that, like, look, Class 1A has been through a lot of real world like bullshit, and you guys have lagged a little behind in some
training.
You guys need some actual training here. So actually showing them doing this, like doing the hero training stuff, would have done a lot for this upcoming arc, which I'll be honest, I don't know if I feel anything for right now. It's just like, oh, it just feels like another tournament arc.
I will say the big thing is trying to introduce those characters. The way that they're being introduced now is part of the story. Like, you know, and the way that they're going to be introduced and the way that the characters are introduced, I don't think you could have introduced them in a filler, because
perhaps not.
Yeah, but with the way that they're about to, like, the way that we're about to engage with them is going to be a part of the story. So
yeah, like that, like part of how their introduction works out.
Yeah,
is like
like
revealed
they're,
through the fight.
Their personalities, their powers, those play into what we're about to see. But honestly, oh man, there is a part of me that would kill for Horikoshi to work with the anime staff on a Class B story, because while I don't like necessarily any of these characters because I haven't been able to spend any time with them, I would absolutely love to be able to get to know some of these guys. I mean, obviously I've read, okay, here, you know, take a drink. I've read the manga.
What?
Yeah.
I thought this was anime only club.
Yeah, there you go. But I've gotten to know some of them, and I do like some of them. But for somebody who's just watching the anime, there's a part of me that's just like, you know, if I were anime only, right now is about the time where I'd be like, okay, God, can I please know what and who these characters are? If
it's one of those things where, going into it as somebody who has not read the manga, take a drink, I see this as like, oh God, I'm about to be fucking bombarded with a billion characters that I don't know, and most of which I will probably never give a shit about.
I mean, it's impossible to forget Tets 4, because he's
he
pretty
already
cool.
had some introduction though, like, you know, metal guy versus rock guy. That they had like a thing going on.
There was a fun bit to that.
Yeah. I kind of like him. I like him literally because he is the alternate version of Kirishima, and they embrace that entirely.
Yeah, like they played it up perfectly for it, and then they became like best friends because of it. It's like they're cool about it. They respect each other. Like, oh, we're samesies.
Yeah. Then there's also I forget. We've met Kendo before. She's cool.
Yeah,
and
she like has like the stretchy kind of limb thing.
Yeah.
We got to see a lot of their powers either in that like with the Wild Wild Pussycats and the
sport festival.
So we've seen what a lot of them can do. There are some that we got introduced here, like Beast Dude, who's like, this is the first time we're really seeing what he's about, and okay, he's an animal man.
I really like that. That's just Horikoshi going like, I want Beast from X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do with that? No, literally, I just want to make him Beast from X-Men. Okay, well, don't make him blue. Fine, he'll be brown, but he's just Beast from X-Men. Although apparently, I don't think I noticed this before, but he can go from like, his regular form is the one that you see just furry and shit, but apparently that Beast form is he gets bigger, but apparently the bigger it gets, the more savage it gets. So
Yeah, that seemed to be the implication.
yeah.
But like this arc is really here to set up fucking mind control, dude. And
Shinso!
yeah, there's two things that this arc is obviously here for. One is, yeah, you're getting to know Shinso a bit more, and two, this is Deku discovering more about the vestiges. That's what this. I feel like that's what the core of this arc is about, where he's trying to figure out more about this. You get it with his talk with All Might, where I really did like the character interaction of. By the way, I saw your predecessor. She's so cute, right?
I know.
And I like
Yeah.
I actually kind of really like the fact that they brought back the fact that she kind of looks like his mom.
A little bit, yeah.
Which I also okay, so this is God, I am such a fucking anime fan. There's always been this part of me that would like kind of wishes Deku's dad was actually dead, so fucking
Oh man, so
Toshinori.
All Might could move on in.
So Toshinori could just slip on in there and be like, "Hey, so what you doing tonight?"
Did they ever, like, in the anime say that he's not dead? Because I know you said that canonically he's just always at work.
Yeah.
But my God, to me, he just stopped existing at some point.
I don't know if Horikoshi, like, I think it's like one of three things. Either one, it's a joke for him. Two, he just realizes, like, I don't need to touch on him. He's at work overseas. Or three, there's some kind of reveal that might happen. I doubt the third one because I feel like that would be really lame.
Because Deku has no powers, so what's the fucking point?
Well, I mean, his dad does. His dad does have
Yeah, his
powers.
dad could do, like, little fire thing or something, right?
Yeah.
And, like,
But
yeah, something like that.
I sort of don't like. I don't know if he's ever actually going to do anything with his dad. At this point, him just being dead might have been better, especially because again, I'm just all
better
about-
off dead. Rip Deku's dad.
More
Yeah, no.
interesting story. I like when we first kind of see Shinzo. The two people who react the most are Deku and the dude with the tail, because he's the other guy he controlled during the sports festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone else is kind of like, oh, it's that dude. Tail guy is like actively scared when he walks in because his only interaction has been being hypnotized.
I appreciated his attitude where it's like, look, you guys are all a wall to get in my way. I'm not here to make friends. I have a lot of catching
Not
up
even
to
gonna
do.
pretend with that
And-
shit.
And to be fair, my power isn't exactly good for groups. So
I did really appreciate like that little
and
speech
people's
that he gave.
reaction to it.
Well, they all kind of like, yeah, no, we get it. We all right, fine.
But some of them got it more than others, including like the asshole of Class B. He's just like, yeah, I like this guy.
It's like he knows what's up.
Deku's obviously like, yeah, he's shooting to be the best. I get it.
Yeah, fucking Class B, the Class B dude, I always forget his name, is just like, oh, we want him. We want him. He needs to be on us. Like, give us to him.
Yeah, the copy guy, whatever.
Yeah. Give it to us.
Monoma.
Is it
Looking at
Something
Monoma?
like that.
Monoma.
Yeah. Looking at a list right here.
I should have a list up on the left here, but I don't, so.
And of course, this first episode, as they break into groups where your goal is to just capture the enemy team. He's first up to show off his powers, to show how badass he is.
I liked Ida's conflict where he's like, so we're heroes versus villains, but teams should just view themselves as the heroes, but they're also fighting how do I act? And just his conflict of character.
Yeah, poor.
Not knowing how to give the best test results.
I do love how Ida tries to embrace the roles that he's put into. I'll never get over one of my favorite scenes from season 1 is where he has to play the villain. I loved that.
Oh, yeah, he
just
does a very
embraces
good-
it fully.
Yeah.
Hero scum.
Yeah, that was cute as hell. Like I really like Ida as a character, and I'm sad that we only got one arc where we really got to experience him at his
Yeah, I feel like
fullest.
we definitely underuse him now. He had his moments, and
Yeah,
then
he's-
we kind of just put him to the side.
He's unfortunately the Yamcha at the moment where like you had your arc really early. So until we need you again, you just sit back there, champ. You
Yeah.
just be you.
I mean, not that he doesn't have some good moments, but Horikoshi went out of his way and made a cast, oh my god, so big. And so everybody gets one really good moment that sticks in your mind and then basically becomes a support character, which is okay as long as the story's still good, which it is.
It's just that, you know, as it goes on, that moment is just going to be bigger and bigger because your power will have developed more and more by that point. So
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, we get to meet a lot of Class B. They have to capture each other. I don't know what it is about the principal and his aesthetic, but I love the fucking cage. That goddamn.
You have a cute cage.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to take this seriously?
I don't know what the whole deal with the principal is, but I recently, oh, by the way, had to rewatch all of season one because I was making a My Hero Academia in 5 minutes video that's coming out this week. By the way, it's up on our Patreon right now if you want to go watch it. But yeah, I love the principal. He's such a little dork. He's such an adorable little dork, adorkable in fact. And he just embraces it entirely. He basically is like, I'm the mascot, also the principal. Also, I fucking hate humans.
Yeah. Also, I am smarter than fucking everyone. Just deal with it.
Oh yeah, no, like literally, if you look at his statistics,
he plays 7D chess.
Yeah, if you look at his statistics, his like when it comes to strength, oh, it's at a 1. It goes up to 5. His intellect is at a 6.
It's just past. We can't measure it. You need to understand that his ability to plan and be ahead of things beyond our understanding.
And yet still can't plan around a mole in his group. So,
which is why I think it's him. He's the mole. He's such a good planner.
He is a strong red herring at that point where it's like, if you can't plan around this stuff, then it's heavily looking at you there, mouse boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversation about whether or not he's actually the traitor. So
honestly, there's a lot of commentary to be had that the downfall of superheroes could be had by a mouse. So,
aha, I got you there. Angry Beavers.
Oh. Yes.
So yeah, but yeah, I really am, and like I'm really glad that we're into this arc. Although honestly, no spoilers, it's really the next arc that I'm super psyched about. This arc has some cool stuff. Like, it has some great revelations, an amazing fight. Like, there's a bunch of stuff cool that's really cool in this particular arc. But I can't wait until that opening changes. Both because I think the opening for the next arc is going to be fucking amazing, and also because this opening sucks.
Do you think... Oh, God.
I usually have to like look away from the openings because the My Hero openings are really bad about giving away what's going to be happening throughout the arc.
They do love to kind of, I definitely knew Shinzo was coming because of the opening.
Yeah, like when I first saw the opening, I'm like, oh, what? He's back? Okay, I guess.
I mean, it's by episode, like, it's by episode 3, which is really episode 2, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah. But do you think we're going to get, like, I feel like this arc is very much, check out how cool Shinzo is. We're probably going to get, like, maybe 1 or 2 other characters from Class B, like, who are involved in the fights our main characters are in. Do you really think we're getting much background on any of the other 1B people, though?
The way I hope this is going to flow, like, I am willing to be surprised and be excited about cool shit that happens. But I'm just kind of hoping that in terms of getting story flow, we get like this being the one where they show off Shinzo and all of his cool, quirky tricks. And then like maybe you focus a little bit on Bakugo's fight, a little bit on like some of the bigger characters having to deal with some stuff. But I'm really hoping that a lot of them don't, like a lot of these group fights don't.
I'm definitely seeing like
episodes.
I'm definitely seeing like a montage of like, and then team this versus this, and we get like one little sequence from it, and then it's like winner this, and just going through until we get to like, and then Deku versus Shinzo.
Yeah, I mean, Deku versus Shinzo is going to be like 2 or 3 episodes, and I think that's okay. That's where I'm sitting though. I'm willing to be surprised. I'm willing to go along with the ride with if something happens and it's really cool, yay. If it ends up poorly paced, like I'm dreading, which My Hero has never really been poorly paced. Like not like One Piece poorly paced. There have been some episodes that have been like,
never been that bad.
Probably could have cut a few things here and there, but it has never been something that I've been like, you know what, I actively could have just skipped this episode.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no. Well, primarily that's because 1, the manga itself is very decently paced, and 2, you don't have the issue of having to like force like one chapter into 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh god. Like everyone's like, man, the One Piece anime has never been as good as it is right now. And I watch an episode and I'm like, it's gorgeous. It's still incredibly slow.
Yeah.
Like one chapter per episode is a nightmare. And while I definitely do have to, hats off to the anime staff for making it look and sound fucking amazing right now. It really is. Yeah, it's he. um, but yeah. So that yeah. Also, as I was saying earlier, how do you guys feel about the opening? Like about the song and the animation?
The song's like a little down at first, but when it kicks into the refrain, I'm pretty all right with it.
It
It's not like, amazing, but I don't think it's awful.
didn't really stick in my memory a ton. Like, I mean, I know I've watched it for all 3 episodes, but I can't remember a part where I'm like, I think this part's really cool. So probably not a great sign.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait for it to change. The ending, though, literally everything about the ending I like. Like,
It's very cute.
it's adorable. It's super fucking cute, and I'm all about cute when it comes
Hate
to
to
like,
see it's over, but I love to watch it end.
yeah, like man, it is between the fantastic like. First of all, the art through all of it is just so solid. Like everyone is super on model and all their casual clothes, them going to the convenience store and picking stuff up. It's so cute. I love that shit. I'm all when fucking when Dupla Arms guy and Animal Dude enter and they're hanging out with each other, I'm like, oh man, I don't know,
That's a friendship I can get.
because
They're both freak people.
they're a little freaky. They're just a little freaky. Although, funny enough, I don't know if anybody has noticed this, but the way that Horikoshi has drawn Koda, the animal dude, has changed over time to look less freaky. He looks actually cuter now. Which I had to do some
Stop
research with the My Hero
detailing
thing.
his weird head ridges.
Yeah, like, and also he gives him kind of a snout, which definitely makes that flat face look way less like, oh god, what's going on there?
I do like that we keep seeing the costumes slowly but surely getting updated.
Oh yeah,
Oh
new
yeah,
new
everyone did
outfits.
introduce their winter outfits this episode. That
Yeah.
Bakugo's got wearing some Under Armour now.
Obviously, Deku is the one that we've more noticeably watching change as he goes on. And God, when is he just going to ditch the rabbit ears? Because he never wears them in his fights. Like, never.
But he needs the symbolism. It kind of looks like All Might's hair a little bit, maybe.
I don't think does he even still have those? Like,
Yeah,
I can't remember.
you still see him dangling from his little back. He just never puts it on.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's just there in case his ears get cold or something. I don't know.
Um,
And I know it's all symbolism as to like, he's slowly becoming his own person, et cetera, et cetera. But
also poor Invisigirl.
oh yeah,
yeah,
so
can't really update her outfit, and she has to be out there in winter just naked.
Although,
I couldn't remember. I feel like there's some invisible superhero somewhere who they're like, yeah, I make my costume out of my own hair or something. I thought that was this, but I guess it's not.
That was Medio.
Yeah, that was
makes his
Mirio.
costume.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
because
what
he
it
needs
was.
to be able to, because otherwise
It
his
needs to
clothes would
phase.
come off
All
every
right.
single time he
Okay.
used his powers.
That must
Yeah.
be it. Okay.
And you also see that she's got the boots on because she needs the boots. Like I love her. Like you can see where she's moving her whole body because she's wearing the boots, which I thought was really cute. She's trying to keep her blood flow up.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's everything I have on these first 3 episodes.
Yeah, honestly,
a lot of good and one filler.
Yes. I am looking forward to the rest of the season. Yeah, I don't have too much more to say.
Looking at a list of Class 1B characters, I hope Juzo Hononuki, who looks like a skull man, I hope he gets a little bit of play just because I have no fucking clue what his power is. And I also hope Manga Fukidashi gets a chance because his head is just a manga speech bubble. And I got to know what his power is.
I'm legit
They have
excited.
a bunch of interesting looking characters. So
I'm not going to spoil nothing, but I am actually legit excited for Manga Fukidashi. So
like that's
I think
never saw that character before today. I have no idea if he's showing up in the background of other scenes when 1B is hanging out. But as soon as I saw that there was a character named Manga and his head was a speech bubble, I got real excited.
Yeah, I think you'll like him.
I also appreciate that the foreign exchange student is the most anime looking character among them.
Is that
yeah.
is that Pony?
Pony, the horn girl.
Yeah, Pony Tsunotori. Yeah, she is. She's weird. Not in a bad way, but she's just weird.
Nah, she's a freak, man.
Yeah, for somebody who's like Dragon Maid looking reject, a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting seeing where this goes. And speaking of where this goes, special announcement to our 4-star bento subscribers. All of these review videos are going to be going up on there. And in the future, the Talkcast Pod Show might be joining it. We're doing a little bit of restructuring in 2021 as we start to shift back into the office. So
Yep.
stay tuned for more information. If you haven't subscribed to 4-star bento, check it out. youtube.com/4-star bento.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if you're watching this there, then
Hi,
hey,
welcome back.
Check it out. We're here.
but yeah. So
Watashi ga kita.
Watashi tachi ga kita.
Mm-hmm. Watashi
But-
tachi.
So anyway, thank you all so much for joining us for this first review of season 5 for My Hero Academia. We'll be doing these every Monday around the same time. We plan to do these at 2:30. First time that we've done a stream that was on the half-hour mark, but because of scheduling stuff, it's the only way we're able to do it.
I got a D&D campaign to plan to set up here in about 50 minutes.
Yep, aren't you a busy bee?
I am today.
But yeah, everybody, thank you again so much. Make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, plus ultra, and et cetera, et cetera. We'll talk to you guys later. See you next week.
Adios.
Bye.